YouTube, JB from Oz here. What we have in front of us is the parking brake drum off a Toyota Dyna truck that we've recently acquired, and it had been used past its service life, and I said to Dad I'd have a go at just skimming the drum, bringing it into operation. Now, it's a parking brake, not a driving brake, so it currently doesn't work. This will at least get us a functional park brake. At the moment, if the vehicle is left without being in gear, it will roll away. Hence, this is the reason we're doing this repair. This is the first pass I've done with the boring tool, just to sort of get a feel for where the inner and outer surfaces are. And then as I progress through, I'll essentially end up with a silver patch right the way across and a parallel-sided drum. A massive shout out and thanks to Steve Lato from Lato's Law. He has recently been talking about park brakes and handbrakes and e-brakes, and has mentioned that on all of his vehicles they've all got a foot operated handbrake. And here in Australia we virtually never see a foot brake, or at least I've never seen one on any of the cars that I've owned. But yeah, interesting segue across to fixing up the drum brake, and also a big thanks for the mention on his channel as well. I hope you enjoy this video, and from here on in I'll just progress with some music rather than the noise of the ringing of the drum, because that may get a bit tiring. Well, actually, while I'm here, interesting to notice this jury-rigged centre. When I was trying to set up the drum in the 4-jaw and the 3-jaw originally, couldn't get it on centre very well, so I ended up going 4-jaw. Very little material actually holding the drum onto the lathe, so I wanted to bring the live centre in the back to support the drum and stop it from falling out. Of course, my live centre was too small for the centre, so I ended up trying to jury rig and indeed used this centre off a 5 Morse taper centre, which was big enough to situate inside the centre of the drum, and meant that I could keep some pressure on the drum from the tailstock end. And it actually worked quite well for the job. I didn't need to make anything else up, I just was able to hold it with that, so happy days. So in the end, cleaned up pretty nicely, I think. Let's take the studs out. It's a bit of a bugger to get locked in on the chuck, but we got there in the end. So back on the truck. That should be plenty good enough. It's only a parking brake, not a driving brake. So I got it pretty centered, I think. That should be alright. Got a little bit of rock, but that